In a small, quiet village, a young girl named Maya was trying to make a living, selling vegetables by the roadside. Her voice, though soft, carried a hopeful tune as she called out, "Potatoes, fresh carrots. Come get your fresh vegetables." She arranged her small display of produce, hoping to attract some customers. Just then, a young man, known to everyone as the village chief's son, swaggered over to her stall. He looked down at her and her vegetables with a smirk. Maya, trying to be polite, asked, "Sir, would you like to buy some potatoes? Or perhaps some carrots?" The chief's son, instead of answering, leaned in with a mocking tone. "Where are you going, little girl?" he sneered. Before she could even process his strange question, he puffed out his chest and declared, "Don't you know who I am?" "I am the chief's son." His friends, who had gathered behind him, laughed along, enjoying the spectacle. Maya was taken aback. She didn't understand why he was acting this way. "What does that have to do with anything?" she asked, her voice trembling slightly. An elderly woman passing by stopped and spoke up. "Just because you read the chief's son doesn't give you the right to harass a young girl trying to earn an honest living." But the chief's son and his friends ignored her. He grabbed Maya by the arm, intending to drag her away from her stall. She cried out in fear, struggling against their grip. "Let go of me. What are you doing?" Her vegetables tumbled to the ground, scattering in the dust. The commotion drew the attention of other villagers, but many were too afraid to intervene. News of the incident spread like wildfire and soon reached Maya's father, a humble farmer named Rajan. His heart filled with a mix of fury and fear. He dropped his tools and rushed to the village chief's grand house. Without hesitation, he pounded on the door. When the chief appeared, Rajan didn't mince his words. "Your son publicly humiliated and assaulted my daughter. If you don't do something about this, I'm going straight to the police and filing an FR against him." The chief, however, was dismissive. He looked down on Rajan as if he were nothing. But Rajan stood his ground, his resolve firm. Seeing that the chief wouldn't help, Rajan and his family made their way to the police station. As they sat on the hard bench waiting for the officer, Maya's mother whispered to her husband, "Do you really think they will help us? We are poor. Who will stand up for people like us against the powerful?" Rajan held her hand, trying to offer some comfort, but in his heart, he shared her doubts. Justice often seemed like a luxury reserved for the wealthy. A short while later, the chief and his son arrived at the police station, their expressions arrogant and unapologetic. The police officer began to question them. "Did you harass this girl?" he asked the son. But the chief's son laughed. "Of course not. This is all a lie. You're just trying to extort money from us because we are rich." He then turned to Rajan, his eyes filled with menace. "You old man," he hissed. "You'll regret this. I'll make sure you lose your job. I'll have my friends beat you until you can't walk. You'll wish you had never been born." Rajan flinched but stood his ground. The chief chimed in, supporting his son's false story and accusing Rajan's family of trying to ruin their reputation. The air in the small police station grew thick with tension. The officer tried to maintain order, but it was clear whose side held more power in the village. The chief's son, emboldened by his father's presence, completely lost his temper. He lunged towards Rajan, shouting insults and abuses. "How dare a lowlife like you accuse me? I'll teach you a lesson you'll never forget." He raised his hand to strike Rajan, right there in front of the police officer. The officer jumped up to intervene, but the boy even threatened him. "You stay out of this, or you'll be transferred to the middle of nowhere. My father knows everyone." The officer was shocked by his audacity. He realized this wasn't just a simple village dispute. It was a blatant abuse of power. He knew he had to do the right thing, no matter the consequences. He firmly grabbed the boy's arm and said, "That's enough." Assaulting someone in a police station is a serious crime. This story reminds us of a simple but powerful truth. Whether a person is rich or poor, their honor and dignity are of equal value. No one has the right to look down on another or disrespect them based on their social or economic status. We must always stand up for what is right and treat everyone with the respect they deserve. All the characters and events in this story are fictional and created for educational purposes, not to target any individual. Thanks for watching, and remember to subscribe for more stories.